Hi, my name is Delmarshae Walker. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing great today. What I want to talk about is, well, I'm in the state of Florida, and in Florida, our governor passed the bill for, I think it's pre-K through third grade, that certain things aren't to be discussed with those kids because they are too young and they shouldn't be part of that conversation. For some reason, the bill got tagged as the Don't Say Gay bill, which it has nothing to do with. The only two things that I see that this bill is focusing on is one, the innocence of kids, and the second one is the parents' right to say what they do or don't want to be discussed with their child unless the parents give their permission that it's okay to do so. And I agree with both. I don't understand why so many people feel like they're in a rush to take the innocence away from kids. At that age, these kids are just babies. A lot of conversation that adults want to have with these kids is beyond their comprehension, is beyond anything they can wrap their minds around. You only have so many years to be a child and the rest of your life to be an adult. Please understand these kids need to be protected and their innocence don't need to be taken away from them. Allow kids to be kids. When you as a parent send your child to school, you want them to be safe and you want them to learn. You're supposed to be like preschool, teach them colors, what blue is, what red is, how to color in between, in the lines, their ABCs. As they get older, they're going to start learning how to write, math, and all that. This is what you're supposed to be teaching these kids. Everything else that you're teaching these kids has anything to do with them growing up and developing. When they're getting older, you're teaching kids about respect. Respect encompasses everyone. I don't understand why everyone's saying they want to be seen or they want to be included or as one, but then they turn around and find reasons and things to separate them. Respect is respect. Respect includes everyone. Respect do not separate based on gender. Respect do not separate based on race. Respect do not discriminate based on who you choose to sleep with or how you choose to live your life. Respect is respect. Respect given, respect earned. And it's frustrating when people try to take the rights of parents to be parents to their kids. The most important thing you can do is be a good parent to protect your kid and to make sure, because everybody is different. Every child is different and every child has a learning curve. As a parent, you're with your child all the time. So you understand what they do understand and what they might not understand or what you might not want to have a conversation with based on their age. And as a teacher, that's not your responsibility. That is the responsibility of a child. Of the parent of that child. So let parents do their job and you do your job by educating the child to go out and be a respectful citizen out here in the world and know how to survive in this world because they're very educated. But when you're wasting time, and I do see it as a waste of time, when you're teaching them things that are not going to help them make money, pay bills, and live out in this world or survive against other nations who's really just teaching their kids when they're in school, math, science, arithmetic. That's what they need to be learning. And then when they get older, when it comes to history needs to be taught based on history. Nothing needs to be added to it and nothing needs to be taken away. There's no black history, there's no white history, because black and white history are just like this, it's intertwined. You cannot discuss white history without including black history. You cannot discuss black history without including white history. So it's American history. So that's what needs to be taught when kids get older. All this separation is for what? I don't understand that. The other thing I don't understand, this is why I don't like the term politically correct. A lot of people don't want to be labeled. If you call them a he, she, them, they, or what, they say, no, don't call me that. And then as a human being, I'm supposed to respect that. Okay, what do you want me to call you? I'm gonna call you that. But then they turn around and put labels on other people. I don't understand that. You don't want to be labeled, but you want to label people. If they say they don't agree with having this discussion, oh, you're homophobic, which is not true. Everything is not about gay, straight. Sometimes things are about what I value as a parent or how I want to raise my child. As long as you're not raising your child to be hateful, you can raise your child that way. It's no different than if a parent say, well, I don't want my kids to eat junk food. That's not saying parents who feed their kids junk are bad parents. That's just saying we have a difference of how we want to raise our kids. I want to raise my kid as a vegan. You don't want to raise your kid as a vegan. It's just a different way of raising kids. There's no right or wrong. It's just how you choose to do so. And if I sit and point my finger and say, well, you're wrong because how you're doing this, how you're doing that. Like I said, as long as there's no hate involved in that, as a parent, you have a right to choose what you want your child to know, what you don't want your child to know, when you want your child to know this information, and how you as a parent want to present this information to your child. As a teacher, you have no right to take that away from a parent. And if you feel that that's your responsibility, then have kids, raise your kids, and teach them whatever you want them to know. But just to take that away from someone else's child, I don't understand that. That is not being a good teacher. Like I said, if you're teaching, if the kids aren't learning arithmetic, if they're not learning social skills, if there's certain things that they should be learning in school, if they're not learning it because you feel that this topic is more important, then maybe you need to re-examine your career as a teacher. Maybe you need to go into a different career and stuff like that. It irritates me because, like I said, I respect everyone. However you choose to live your life, that's how you choose to live your life. Who am I to tell you you're wrong because this is how you feel, or you're wrong because this is how you want to live your life? I can't tell you that. Just like you can't tell me how to live my life. Like I said, everyone deserves to be respected. Everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants to be accepted in some type of way in their circle and their community and everything like that. But you can't go around setting fires and complaining about the heat. And that's what I see is being done a lot of time. People come up with situations, people start these things, and then when people push back and say, wait, hold on, I don't want to be a part of that, or hold on, what do that have to do with me or my child? I'm not trying to take anything away from you, but why is all of a sudden this is the problem? And then when they get the pushback, it's like, oh, you're homophobic. Oh, you don't want them to say gay. Oh, you don't want this, when it has absolutely nothing to do with it. Because as a heterosexual woman, if there was a heterosexual male or a heterosexual female teacher having these same conversations with kids at that, especially at that young of an age, I would stand here and say they're wrong for doing that. They need to just teach kids how to, like I said, be respectful to one another. Teach kids, based on preschool, their colors, their ABCs, things like that. I would say they're wrong. Stop trying to take the innocence away from these babies. Allow kids to be kids. Allow kids to just see the light, see the world as this wonderful place. The world is a very hateful place. The world is very toxic. But protect the kids, regardless of what your gender is, regardless of who you want to be with, regardless of how you want to live your life. Protect the kids. Protect their innocence. And stop trying to find ways to take that away from them. And stop trying to tell parents what they can and can't teach their kids, or when y'all feel that their kids should be learning something, when the parent knows best what's right for their kids. So that's the main thing I wanted to talk about, and the main thing I wanted to focus on in this particular video. It just breaks my heart when I see these innocent kids being put in the middle of a situation that has absolutely nothing to do with them. Allow these kids, like I said, they're babies. Allow them to just grow up with and just allow these babies to be babies. You know, they don't need to be part of this conversation. And like I said, I'm here in Florida. That bill has nothing to do with saying gay, not saying gay. You know, it's like, just be honest with what's going on. Don't put a bunch of lies in there and throw it out there just because you want to have a viral moment or this moment or that moment and stuff like that. Then people have to dig through to try to find the truth. Just be truthful up front. These are babies. Let these babies stay babies. Their parents are responsible for them. Their parents know when they're old enough to hear certain conversation. And believe me, if a child sees something out there in the world and they're curious enough about it, they're going to ask about it. So you don't have to force anything on them. They will ask, hey, what's going on over there? What is this about? And then you can start talking to them and explain it. And as soon as they get to the point where they're through it, they're going to go off and run somewhere and start playing. They're over with that conversation. So you just got to let kids be kids. And like I said, that's basically all I want to say. I hope everyone is having a great day. Peace.